Started off this morning at 7:30 from Monterey. Jumped on Highway 1. That's what we're on. And it's 9:30 now. I've driven 2 hours and trying to get into the heart of Big Sur to give you a taste of what it's like to drive through the coastline on at Big Sur. It's just my favorite place to be. I've already stopped several times, taken a slow ride through here. I had a nice coffee at a stop a while back that had a beautiful view, and sat there and enjoyed my coffee for about 10-15 minutes. But here we go. I want to give you a taste of driving the windy curves down Highway 1 through Big Sur. Interesting car there. Cypress trees, these, I've noticed these weeds that are almost a beige color are being backlit by the morning sun, and on several of my images that I've taken, they really look like they're going to turn out really nice because of the way they were backlit, and they jump out at you. I already passed all the interesting bridges that were built in the early 30s. Most famous, the Bixby Bridge that I took a photograph of. I think it was built in 1932, and all the other bridges north of here were built either in 1931 or 2 that opened up this beautiful drive to go all the way up the coast from San Luis Obispo to Monterey. Of course, Highway 1 goes further, but Big Sur is in between Monterey and actually Moro Bay is kind of what we drive into as we leave the Big Sur area. Couldn't even estimate what elevation we're at right now. The cliff, if I was to go straight right now, I'd probably go down, I don't know, I'm guessing 1,000 feet. I could be wrong, it could be 500, but if you are to look over, you'd be impressed. It's quite the drop off, quite elevated at this point. You probably can't tell, but there's a Vista Point that is pretty popular. I'm going to keep going so you get a feel for. Here's these plants I was telling you about, these weeds that stick up. I guess as a kid we called them cattails, but out here they're a real light beige and grow wild on the mountainsides. I think you can see some as we approach this curve. Areas north of here, there was some thick, tall, beautiful redwood trees along the coast. All along the coast there's really popular cypress trees that grow in interesting forms, and they make this coastline look even more special. Passing Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park. Probably going to stop here. We always do. I wish Joanne and Ellie were with me, but they took the train back. I was at a conference in Monterey for 4 days, and they took the train back on Sunday. But I think I'm going to pull into Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park and enjoy the day park for a little bit. So this this video will end, and then I'll pick it up again when I leave the park. I want to give those of you that have never been to the West Coast, or you have been out here but you hadn't had a chance to see Big Sur, I want to give you a feel what it's like. We're on the north end of the area I like. It's all winding roads, big drop off to the right, Pacific Ocean. Rock slides here where they have to go down to one lane. That's what I'm coming up to right now. Gonna have to stop here to let people, well, I guess not. I get to go on through. There'll be people who are headed north on the other end of this waiting. Or not. I thought there'd be some traffic. We're on an old bridge that was built in 1932. Typical switchback where we go back towards a huge canyon that I'm sure has a river at the base of it with very, very little water. We're still in a huge drought, or long drought I should say. If there's any water trickling down between these mountains, it's not very much. I've never done these, never been able to do video on the road here in Big Sur. I got an adapter for my Galaxy Note 4. It's on a tripod sitting in the passenger seat. Usually that's where Joanne would be sitting. But I'm anxious to see how it turns out. I hope for your sake it's doing okay and not shaking too much to drive too crazy around here. I had some control over the phone so I could spin it to the out to the right a little bit so you can see the ocean, but I gotta drive. 2 hands on the wheel. The phone's on its own. I couldn't even tell from here whether it's even on or not, so I might be talking to myself for all I know. switchback. Approaching that this is the county line for San Luis Obispo. View you can see out there, I hope. Coming down to the end. I can see way out there in the distance where the elephant seals congregate. It's right near the entrance to the Hearst Castle that I've never been to and really have no interest in seeing.